Peacock fans, to another episode of Peacocks on the Prowl. I'm Jim Lowry, and sitting with me today is head coach of the women's basketball team, Carol Russell. Coach, nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, this past week you had 3 games. You had William Jewell, you had Truman State, and you had Winona State here at home. Why don't you kind of tell us about those games?
We've had a lot of games in the past 2 weeks prior to December starting, so I think it just was another week of 3 games in a shorter period of time in 6 days, and so our kids were pretty tired, but I felt like Winona game, we really kind of got a little bit better in the first half, even though we ended up with the loss. But I did feel like we were controlling the tempo for the first half and trying to do a few things without a couple players that we've had. So I was happy to see that for that game.
All right, Coach. Now this weekend we've got 2 doubleheaders with you and the men. The first one will be against Sioux Falls. Why don't you kind of tell us what you're looking for from the team in that one?
Sioux Falls is coming in. They're really doing well right now. They're undefeated, and so we'd really like to just kind of play a better basketball game as our team comes together. And I think we have grown quite a bit over November with those early games, and we're looking forward to continuing that. I think we've had some guards that are really starting to step up. Sam Offset's she's been our starting guard for the past 2 games, and that was, she got inserted to the lineup when we had an injury with Brooklyn Shaman. So she's just going to have to continue to keep improving at playing at this level, and we're looking for some inside presence with some of our players from Carly Pagel, from Carly Grabaugh. I think just having that inside presence is really going to help us this weekend.
All right, and then on Saturday, you've got Southwest Minnesota State coming into town. Are we looking for a similar game there, or is that one going to be a little bit different?
A little different. We saw Southwest Minnesota State early. We played at their tournament. We didn't play them, but we were able to have common opponents. So to see what they were all about and kind of see, they play similar in the fact that they've got, 2 solid post players. They got some guards that are doing some nice things for them. But it's going to be a chance for us to really probably establish our defense, and that's something we're looking forward to.
So back-to-back doubleheaders, Friday night, Saturday night. What does that kind of do for the team, just all of that activity just thrown into that 20-hour time span?
We've had a lot of games in November. When we started our games starting November 8th, we put in there 8 games in like 2.5 weeks. So this week has been a nice change of pace for us to get back, get in the gym, get some practices under our belt rather than always having to prep for a game. So that's why this week has been really good for us. On the flip side, it's our conference. We're always going to play back-to-back Friday, Saturday games. So we're going to have to put that game plan in early for our second game, and then we focus on our Friday night game for the week. So I think that's a little different for our kids, but it's also kind of nice to be home and get practices going so we can work on improving some areas rather than just prepping for games every time.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. Peacock women's basketball back in action this weekend. They'll have doubleheaders on Friday night and Saturday night with the men. There'll be the early game in both, 6 o'clock on Friday night and 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Come on out to Dorman Gymnasium and support your Peacocks. Until next time, Peacock fans, I'm Jim Lowry. Thank you for watching.